Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as the Pride Radio Group Net. I'm Kimberly, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, your net control operator. My pronouns are she, her. This is a roundtable for general discussions and friendly chats. Please direct all calls through the net control station. We meet every Sunday at 2 a.m. Coordinated Universal Time. Before we begin, is there any emergency or priority traffic? If there is an emergency at any time, please say break, break, and we will assist you promptly. This net provides a safe place for members of the LGBTQIA community and their allies to connect over the airwaves. It is open to all licensed amateur radio operators without the need for membership. We also welcome a third party traffic. Speaking of memberships, the Pride Radio Group fosters an inclusive environment for learning, experimenting, and enjoying radio communications. We encourage, promote, and support diversity within the wider radio community. We share our experiences and knowledge, celebrate Pride on the air, and welcome all individuals. To learn more about the Pride Radio Group, join us and gain access to our Discord chat room. Visit prideradio.group. That is prideradio.group. Or check out Victor Kilo 3 Papa Romeo Golf or Kilo 3 Papa Romeo Golf on QRZ. Membership is free and all are welcome, regardless of who you are and who you love. Unless you harbor hatred towards us, of course. This net is being relayed on the Pride Radio Network and its affiliated systems, including All-Star, Echolink, IRLP, DMR, YSF Reflector, Wires X, M17, NXDN, P25, D-Star, and Zello. It is also streamed live on Broadcastify, Icecast, and my YouTube channel. Searchable by my call sign, Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar. For information on how to connect to this network or access our live streams, visit prideradionetwork.com. That is prideradionetwork.com. You can also track and follow this net by downloading NetLogger for Windows, Linux, or Mac OS from netlogger.org. That is netlogger.org. NetLogger allows you to log into the net, view real-time call signs, and actively participate. For Android and iPhone users, you may download OnAir Net Scraper instead. That is OnAir Net Scraper. Now, before we begin tonight's net, does anyone have news, announcements, or other items to share with the net and the Pride Radio Group?
KC3 VIU.
Alright, KC3VIU, go for it.
Sorry, Kimberly, I wanted to mention you were cutting out there and then spontaneously reconnecting. I know the talk you give, so I'm familiar with it and know that what you usually say. And there were a couple dropouts there, so I don't know if there's anything to check on your end to help you out. Back to you, KC3VIU.
Alrighty, no problem. Thank you for letting me know. Hopefully there'll be no more issues. Yeah, apparently our Echolink got cut off for a moment. Alright, we will carry on then. Any other news or announcements before we get started? Alright, well, I know Tony VK3 JED had a whole bunch for us, but unfortunately, I lost the all the announcements that he had typed up, so I won't be able to read his announcements on the air, unfortunately. Anyways, let's move on to check-ins for the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as the Pride Radio Group Net. We will begin with mobile stations, those short on time, and those who plan to participate briefly, which basically means in and out. If you fall into any of these categories, please come forward with your call sign slowly, twice, and phonetically. Feel free to share your pronouns as well. This is Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, standing by for check-ins for mobile, short on time, and brief stations.
I'll jump in first if that's okay. This is the I finally actually got the repeater set up. Just kind of popping in saying hello to the and going out that we see down the back. So VK3 MJN just coming in and saying hi.
Alright, I believe that was Victor Kilo 3 Mike Juliet November. Got you down, but you were badly broken up. Any other station out there that is mobile, short on time, and in and out? Please come now. Alright, before we take any further check-ins, let's toss it real quick to Victor Kilo 3 Mike Juliet November, who was badly broken up. I did not catch much of what you were saying, so we'll toss it over to you to for your traffic. Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar. Oh boy, I am not doing very well this morning. I mean, this evening. My sleep schedule is out of whack. And hello, Xanatax. You've been acknowledged on the live stream. Sorry, I'm having a hard time right now. Okay, perhaps they were an in and out station. All right, let's move on to check in. Wait a moment. Where am I? Where the heck am I? Oh, here we go. Hearing no response, we will now take check-ins from anyone, anywhere. If you'd like to join the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as the Pride Radio Group Net, please provide your call signs slowly, twice, and phonetically. You may also share your pronouns if you wish. And, sorry if I'm fumbling and all that. Yeah. My sleep has been badly disturbed and... yeah. Anyways, we're gonna take some check-ins from anyone, anywhere. Please come now.
This is KC3VIU, Kilo Charlie 3, Victor India Uniform, BB. In Stevens, PA, she, her pronouns, please.
Alright, KC3, VIU got you down. Who else is out there? We'll acknowledge you YouTube check-ins in just a sec. But I do see you. JC. Alright, let me fix your name here. Okay. Alrighty, we have a third party check-in from Xanatex from YouTube, and another check-in from Kilo 5 Sierra Yankee November, also from YouTube, who is her name is JC, and she also checks in from YouTube. Alright, who else is out there wanting to check in? Please come now with your call signs slowly, twice, and phonetically. There's gotta be more folks out there. Come on now. Usually we have a good number of us checking in, but here lately it's been slow. We're gonna make one more call for check-ins. Anyone, anywhere, please come now if you'd like to check into the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as the Pride Radio Group Net. Check Zello real quick. No. Doesn't look like I have anybody that needs authorizing. Okay.
Victor Kilowatt 5, Zulu Sierra Hotel. I think you missed me there on Discord. I'm just in and out there this morning. Kimberly, hope the net goes well. Morning, evening, afternoon, yada 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 to everyone else. I'll be just listening. VK5, ZSH, back to net control.
VK5ZSH got you down for an in and out. Thank you for stopping by. And 7-3. And yeah, I didn't have my Discord open, but now I do. Alright, folks. In case if you are not able to check in via voice, you are welcome to check in via the YouTube live stream. You can check in via NetLogger. You can also check in via Mastodon. In addition to that, you can also check in via WinLink, and you can email me your check-in. My email is kilojuliet7 Oscar Mike Oscar at gmail.com, kj7omo at gmail.com, kilojuliet7 Oscar Mike Oscar at gmail.com. If you know my private social media accounts, you can check in through that as well. And with that out of the way, oh, wait, did I mention Discord? Oh, in case if I didn't, you can check in via Discord as well. Alright, KC3VIU, you're up first. KJ7OMO.
Hi, KC3VIU. Yeah, I don't have a whole lot to report this week, at least not at present anyway. The one thing I've been having fun with is an app for my iPhone that is what they call a noise generator, and they have different themes and such in there, and they have including things like number stations, ham radio, and things like that, and it's really fun to...
Uh-oh, what happened? What happened? What?
For background stuff, especially like when you're going to sleep, because it's so, believe it or not, there's a fair amount of information in this, and it's random enough in its flow that it doesn't repeat itself often, and then you can always change the amplitude of the different types of signals that are being played back. It's sort of like a mod player of old, but with fairly large chunks of data, long track lengths that it plays back, and it's really neat. I've just wanted to share like how much fun that is. I can get the exact app name if folks are interested. KC3VIU, back to night control, KJ7 OMO.
Alright, KC3VIU, KJ7 OMO returning. There was a period where you dropped out for a moment, but then you came right back up. Let's see if our YouTube check-in is on the air. K5SYN, KJ7 OMO. Apparently not. Alright, well, thanks for your check-in, and 7-3. Alrighty, we're at the bottom of the list, so let's see if we have any additional stations out there wishing to check in. This is Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, standing by for more check-ins to the net.
This is VK3MJN. Once again, I've changed back to the rubber ducky antenna. Just gonna see, does it sound any better now? This is VK3MJN.
VK3MJN, got you loud and clear. Were you still wanting to stay checked in?
VK3MJN. No, just checking up on that antenna because I was fiddling around with it. Thank you so you guys.
Alrighty, well, looks like you started breaking up again at the end of your transmission there. Alright, who else is out there wishing to check in? Please come now with your call sign slowly, twice, and phonetically. Alright, well, sometimes the others will show up again later on. So for right now, it's gonna be the Kimberly and Phoebe show for a while. Hi. KC3VIU, back to you, KJ7 OMO.
Hello, KC3VIU. Yeah, it is what it is. One of the things I've been working to get working again is a Sony stereo FM and receiver and like switching device, so you can play tapes and CDs and stuff in. It has I bought. She didn't have the remote control for it, so I bought the remote control and put batteries in it, pushed the button down, and everything works in the thing except for the volume up-down thing on it. So I need to get this little volume motor, because the motor, I think, is seized in the thing, at least not working well enough to drive the volume control. But the other thing is it's got some relays in it that connect the speakers, I think, but it is the amplifier warms up and does its thing, and then it pulls in relay for the I'm just wondering, I'd probably post a message online too to see if anybody else has a suggestion. I mean, I can probably do some searching, check the input and output values and see what I can match. But if I can find the exact thing, of course, I always like to go with that. rather than have to put in like a specialized socket or something and try and adapt to things. So just wondering if anybody knows of access to Sony repair parts for stuff that's probably, let's say, probably 20 years old. Hi. Yeah, KC3VIU back to net control, KJ7. MMO.
Oh boy, there's a lot of connection issues with that node. KC3VIU from KJ7, OMO returning. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with that Echolink node, but I tell you what, there's a lot of connection issues right now on that one. I recommend you switch over to KJ7 OMO Lima, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar Lima, because it appears that the Pride conference room is very much buggered up at the moment, as the Aussies would say. Anyways, we're gonna, since it's just Phoebe and I at the moment, we're gonna see if we have others wishing to check in. Anybody, anywhere, if you'd like to check into the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as the Pride Radio Group Net. All I need from you are your call signs slowly, twice, and phonetically, and you may share your pronouns if you wish. This is Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, standing by for whoever else is out there wishing to check in. Alright, do we have anybody else out there wishing to check in? Come on now, don't be shy. Pick up your mics and say hi. And spit out your call signs slowly, twice, and phonetically, of course. Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar. We're gonna stand by for anybody else wishing to get in on the net. I see Alpha Echo 4 Whiskey X-Ray on the Zello, but he's not talking. Well, I'll put him out on blast and maybe he'll start talking later on. Alright. We're gonna toss it right back to KC3VAU, KJ7 OMO.
KC3VIU. Yeah, hopefully this connection's a little clearer. Yeah, there was sporadic dropouts on the other PrideNet link there. So, yeah, what I was saying was I'm looking to see if anybody knows of sources for Sony stereo repair parts. I have a stereo here that was given to me by a friend, and it didn't come with remote control, so I went and bought the remote control. Everything seems to work on it except for the volume knob. Now, I think I found the source for this little motor slash potentiometer, rheostat, what have you, that is driven by this motor. But there are relays in there that connect the speaker to the amplifier after the amplifier is warmed up, so you don't get freak outputs and, potentially damage your speakers. And yeah, we can do a little bit of research and, okay, what's the, the coil voltage and current and stuff like that, and try and find something that matches. But of course, if anyone has access to, parts and stuff like that. I've done some searching on eBay and whatnot, but not so fortunate to be able to find anything yet. So just asking around. It's you know, big community, big world out there. So anyway, back to you. This is KC3VIU. Back to KJ7 OMO. Thank you, Kimberly.
Alright, KC3VIU, KJ7OMO returning much more clear. Much more clear. And I copied you 100%. I'm going to let Tony know of the issue going on with the Pride conference. And hopefully he'll get that fixed. I wish he would give us other Pride Network sysops the keys to his server so that we could fix it on his behalf when he's, away. But, he won't do it. Alright. Do we have any additional check-ins out there before we keep going? Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar standing by. Alright, well, I'm pretty sure that the rest of the crew here will arrive here soon. So, back to you, Phoebe, KC3VIU, KJ7OMO.
KC3VIU here. Yeah, I have actually a little third-party traffic, but I don't think she's prepared to speak at this point. The kitty cat Bishop is hanging around with me right now, and she's I posted a photo of her in Discord. She's black cat with the cutest little eyes and everything, really sweet personality and everything. She's just a nice kitty. But other than that, not much happening this week. Mind you, earlier in the week I did have what I thought was possibly a kidney stone pass, and that was mighty uncomfortable, but such is life. But yeah, really, I'm just momentarily having difficulty coming up with something else to say. But I'll try and clear that up for next time, or next time around. KC3VIU, back to net control. KJ7 OMO.
KC3VIU, KJ7OMO returning. Yeah, copy that. Your cat is so cute. I'm looking at the picture of the little furball right now, and that cat is so cute. And, yeah, it sucks that you've had the kidney stone issue, but hopefully it will clear up. One way to keep them from coming back is to make sure you keep yourself very well hydrated, and that tends to keep those things at bay. But yeah, again, hopefully you get well soon, and yeah, again, cute cat. All right, well, as much as it's fun being the Kimberly and Phoebe show, I would very much love to have more folks on here. So, do we have anybody else out there wishing to check in to the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as the Pride Radio Group Net? It's not much of a net if it's only two of us. Please come down with your call sign slowly, twice, and phonetically. And you may share your pronouns if you like. This is Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, and I'm gonna shut up real quick and see if there's anybody else out there.
The VK5 ZSH, I'll take pity and come on, you can have it over. Back to you, Kimberly.
Alright, VK5ZSH, you are checked back in. Welcome aboard. Welcome back aboard. And third-party traffic from Xanatax on YouTube, who says that they are looking into getting a P.O. box so that they can be able to be able to get their U.S. call sign, and they might possibly join ARRL, maybe, and they also wish Phoebe a get well soon as well. Alrighty, VK5ZSH, go ahead and take it, KJ7OMO.
KJ7OMO, VK5, ZSH, returning. Yeah, I haven't been up to a lot this week. Been a lot of miserable stuff in the news with, Libya and what have you, getting flooded out, etc. Yeah, a lot of pinocchles here in Australia doing pelican stuff, which is really annoying. Yeah, what have I been up to? Not a lot. Been hiding from the heat because we're starting to warm up as we're coming into summer here. Haven't had much of a winter, so there's still a lot of dry sort of foliage around, so there's been a fair bit of burning off and what have you happening, and that hasn't been helping the air quality, etc. around here. And yeah, radio-wise, I've just been tinkering with FT8. Got a couple of stations that I sort of just squeaked into that I haven't really got a lot of. Well, one of them was up into Norway, and that was just as 15 metres was closing for the day, and the other was just the other day, Venezuela. I don't get much of South America with my current antenna setup, so that was an interesting one. I do hear the South American stations come up oddly, but yeah, just getting back to them is a bit of a pain in the backside. Yeah, anyway, I just thought I'd drop you for an over, and yeah, just break the monotony there for you both. As for Sony gear, I probably know someone that has it, but getting it from Australia to the US, yeah, a bit of a pain in the backside with postage costs and what have you these days. Hang on, I'll just rekey. The best I could probably suggest at the moment is keep an eye on boot sales, flea markets, what do you call them, op shops, yeah, and you might be able to pick up what you want there that's got probably a different problem, but it's got the working parts that you're after. Anyway, I'll put it back to you, Kimberly. I'll just have this as my one and only over at the moment, but I may pop back up again a bit later. KJ7IMO, VK5ZSH.
VK5ZSH, KJ7OMO, or returning. Copy that. Thank you for, for all that. And, yeah, I think I heard something about, antennas and such, and you mentioned something about, South America and all that. Yeah, whenever I'm on HF, I can occasionally get into South America. Some parts of it. Not all of it, though, but some parts I can get down there. And then I usually, of course, I'm heard all over North America. You know, all over the U.S. and many parts of Canada. I'm also heard in Mexico, and then I do sometimes get up into Alaska. And I'm often heard in, very often heard in Hawaii and Japan. On very rare occasions, I can be heard in Europe, and extremely rare occasions, I could be heard in Africa. Once in a while, I can be heard in Australia and New Zealand, but very often I cannot hear them coming back to me, though on some rare occasions I can. Asia. Occasionally I get into Asia, but I am overwhelmingly getting into Japan and getting responses back from Japan. In fact, every time I transmit something, I usually get about 30 to 50 Japanese stations coming right back at me. Sometimes a lot more than that. So Japan is an extremely popular area here for me, apparently. Like, I'm the most popular one in Japan. I don't know what's going on. But the Japanese stations seem to love my station for some reason. But I very occasionally do get heard from other parts of Asia as well. Alright, before we toss it right back up to the top, was there any other station wishing to check in? Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, standing by.
Alpha Echo Zero, Sierra Bravo, Chris in Kansas City, no traffic.
Alright, Alpha Echo Zero, Sierra Bravo, who is, I believe, in and out. Thank you for your in and out, and 7-3 to you. Anybody else out there wishing to check in? Alright, well, if you'd like to get checked back in again, feel free. Anytime that the net is still going. And folks, as a reminder, if you can't get in via voice, there's always the YouTube live stream, the NetLogger chat, the Discord, WinLink. You can check in via all those. Mastodon is another way you can check in. My private social media links is another way you can check in. You can also email me too, kilojuliet7, Oscar Mike Oscar, at gmail.com, KJ7OMO, kilojuliet7, Oscar Mike Oscar, at gmail.com, KJ7OMO, at gmail.com, if you'd like to check in that way as well. And, alright, with that out of the way, oh yeah, and if you're not yet a licensed ham, I do encourage you to, study up for your license exams, do the official exam, get your call sign so that you can join in on all the fun. Trust me, you will not regret it. Alright, KC3VIU, you're gonna have the mic thrown back at you, KJ7OMO. Just be sure you catch the mic.
Oops. Well, okay. I caught it, but I dropped it a little bit. KC3VIU. I strongly encourage to get involved as well. I mean, I know that prior to my accepting the fact that I was trans, I was confident internally in my own abilities to pass the amateur radio test, but I was just so shy and felt like I was potentially going to be embarrassed if I went to take it in person and didn't pass, and all the stigma, the internalized mental stigma that might come along with that. And I'm like, no, we got to get past this. And by golly, it worked out really well. So I can't hardly more strongly endorse getting your license. It's shortly after I did come out, a friend of mine I found was into amateur radio, and it's like she was moving, and I'm like, we're not going to lose contact, and we'll use the amateur, we'll use the radios to talk. She's not too big about going online, but much more about being on the radio. So it's like, okay. And it's really worked out for the best. I've been able to actually give some talks in the area. I was an Elmer long before I had my license. I was an Elmer probably 3 years before I had my license. So that should say something as to how confident I should have been, but just wasn't. Anyway, KC3VIU back in that control, KJ7 OMO.
KC3VIU, KJ7 OMO returning. Copy that. I wasn't sure if I could get my license, and this was shortly before I actually started my hormonal treatment for being trans. And back in June of 2020, I passed my technician ticket with absolutely flying colors. Though I didn't do too well on the general. I failed general at that point, but 2 months later, in August of 2020, I passed my general exam, albeit very barely. If I missed 2 questions, that would have been over for me. So I managed to get my general upgrade. And then the next month after that, I finally got my hormonal upgrade, high, and started estrogen. And then fast forward to, I think it was either early this year or sometime last year. I think it was last year. I don't remember. Yeah, I believe it was last year. I tried to get my extra class license, but unfortunately I failed that quite miserably. So more studying for me, but I've been procrastinating a lot, and I just haven't had the motivation to try and get my extra, even though there's a bunch of annoying things about the general class license that just makes me want to go get my extra. But then when I tried to study for it, I was like, I don't know. But yeah, I need to somehow stop procrastinating and just get my doggone extra license. That way I could chase the rare DX that mainly hangs out in the extra only portion of the band. And if I ever make a trip to see my family in France, then I would be happy to have my extra license, since they only allow extra class license holders to operate in their territory under my home call sign. So yeah, that's another big reason why I need to get my extra. And also because I might possibly want to become a volunteer examiner as well. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. All right. Since it's back to being the Kimberly and Phoebe show again, anybody else out there wishing to check in to the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as the Pride Radio Group Net? All I need are your call signs slowly, twice, and phonetically. And feel free to share your pronouns as well. Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, standing by for additional check-ins to the net. Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar. Doesn't look like we have anybody else out there wishing to check in, so we'll toss it right back to KC3VIU from KJ7OMO.
This is KC3VIU. Hey, Kimberly, just a quick question. You didn't answer here, or you can answer. Are you, by any chance, from the Pittsburgh area or have friends, relatives that are? I noticed something in your speech pattern every once in a while that comes up, and I'm just trying to figure out if it was, because the only people I've ever heard with this particular pattern, and I'll explain it later, are from the Pittsburgh area, so I'm just kind of curious. I'm going to immediately go ahead and send it back to you, but not immediately, I was going to say. But yeah, I think I'll help you wrap this up. I was hoping that some other folks would jump in too, but I'm going to go ahead after this and give myself my injection and head off to sleep. But I do want to hear the response from that and see what fallout we might get from it. So back to you. This is KC3VIU, back to KJ7OMO.
KC3VIU, KJ7OMO returning. No, I'm not from the Pittsburgh area, and I have no idea who is in the Pittsburgh area, so I really don't know. But I have been all over the United States growing up as a kid, because we were homeless, we were traveling everywhere, so I may have caught accents from all over the place. I mean, I have a very unique accent, apparently, which is a mishmash of a bunch of different regions of the U.S., apparently. But mostly mostly from the western part of the U.S. But yeah, I don't know anybody from the Pittsburgh area. I don't have any family over there that I'm aware of, though if that's a big if, I do have any family there, well, I don't even know them. And they would have to take a DNA test from Ancestry.com in order for me to know if anybody is over there, because I do have my Ancestry.com DNA test profile up. And if anybody from over there is curious to know if you're related for me, just take your DNA test on Ancestry.com and let me know, and I'll go check it and see. Alrighty. Alright, Phoebe, well, looks like you're going away, so 3373 and all the numbers to you. And we'll see you next time. Well, shoot. This, we haven't had much traffic on this net, unfortunately, but hopefully the next one we will. But before we shut things down, maybe we could get some additional last-minute traffic. If you'd like to check into the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as the Pride Radio Group Net, please come now with your call signs slowly, twice, and phonetically, and you may share your pronouns if you like. Let's see if we can get some more folks on here.
Well, not something anyone says, KC3VIU. Yeah, I did want to make one more report, so I'll stand down and wait for anybody else to check in.
Alright, not a problem. Who else is out there wishing to check in?
KK7 NWU, Kilo 7, November Whiskey Uniform.
Alright, KK7, November Whiskey Uniform, got you down. Who else is out there wishing to check in? Alright, well, finally, we got someone. Right when we threatened to pull the plug, boom, we get somebody. By the way, I'm going to repeat that because I did not do it over the air. Well, right when we threaten to pull the plug, we get somebody else out there. Hi. Kilo 7, November Whiskey Uniform, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar. Go ahead and take the mic.
KK7NWU here. I was in another net and it just ended, so I decided to pop into this one real quick.
Oh, okay. Well, welcome aboard. Glad that you stumbled upon us and decided to check in. Well, this is a round table net that goes around and around and around in circles until pretty much everybody drops out. So yeah, welcome aboard, and yeah, we're gonna go ahead and toss it back up to KC3VIU for who wants to give another transmission. KJ7OMO. Around and around in circles.
KC3VIU? Yeah. Yeah, I just wanted to mention that the thing that has me wondering about the speech pattern was the use of doggone. It's and you know, I'm 55 myself, so when I use I'm going to say a semi-outmoded expression, but I still love it. It's so awesome to hear. But the only people I've ever heard use that expression are in and around the Pittsburgh area, so it's fascinating to me. And no, I'll hang in there for a little bit, see how that goes. But yeah, I'm probably by like would it be 11:15 Eastern time, or like 15 minutes or so, I will be checking out. So I will see how things go. I'm back to net control. This is KC3VIU, back to KJ7OMO.
Ah, doggone it. Okay, well, I got that part from my father. Because he would say it all the time. Alright, well, maybe he's been in the Pittsburgh area. I have no idea, but I know he's been all over the place. He's been here, he's been there, and he was also in the military at some point. I think, yeah, I don't remember what branch of the military. I don't know if he I don't remember if he was in the Army or in the Marines or what, but he was in one of the military branches. So, yeah, of course he's been everywhere. All right, Kilo 7, November Whiskey Uniform, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar. We'll toss the mic back at you. Just be sure you grab it. Be sure you catch it. Don't let it fall down.
You want me to touch the mic, and I've already been at work for 12 hours? I guess I'll try. KK7NWU.
Oh my goodness! Go ahead and take it.
I don't know if there's a specific topic of discussion or not, because I came in still late. I was actually on board Oregon State District 1 AriesNet before I hopped into here. So I've been a busy guy today. KK7NWU.
KK7NWU, KJ7OMO returning. Yeah, copy that. Yeah, we've been all over the place today. And for quite a while, it's just been one station and myself, since most of the others were either in and out or they checked in online but didn't come on the air. So, yeah. We usually have a pretty decent crowd, but here lately things have been slow. Alright, we'll get back with you in just a moment. Oh, I see you typing on Discord. Hi. Alright, do we have any additional stations out there wishing to check in? Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, standing by. Alright, back to...
Alright.
Hold on. Alright, what the heck was that? Alright. We had a momentary, parrot on the network. I'm not sure what happened there. Alright, KC3VIU, go ahead and take it, KJ7OMO.
KC3VIU? Yeah, I mentioned the cat before, the one with the sort of derp face, as she was sleeping above my head. This is interesting because every time you were talking in the past 5 minutes, the cat was looking over this way, and about 3 or 4 minutes ago, she actually stood up and was looking over this way, and then once you stopped talking, she's laid back down, and now she's sitting back on my chair over at my other computer. So it's sort of like, this is interesting. I think she starting to recognize your voice or something. That's really cool. But yeah, just kind of silly stuff for right now. Back to net control. This is KC3VIU. Back to KJ7. I know.
Very interesting. KJ7OMO, your net control station returning. Very interesting. Either that or maybe your cat just heard a strange foreign sound and was curious of where the strange foreign sound was coming from. Cats are weird. Cats are very weird creatures. Alright, KK7NWU, back to you, KJ7OMO.
Pardon my delay there. I would have had third-party traffic otherwise. My kid came into the room and was asking questions. Speaking of the topic of cats, my cat currently wants to sit on my shoulder, and I'm not letting her. KK7NWU.
Maybe that cat wants to get in on the radio fun. But I can imagine that the only thing the cat could say is meow. Alright. Any additional check-ins before we kick it back up to the top? All right, KC3VAU, take it away, KJ7OMO.
Yeah, maybe it's possible the cat is saying, hey, use one of my whiskers with some galena and make yourself a receiver. Cats are clever at times, very clever. Some of them I'm told not so much, but fortunately I've not come across any that are really that far gone. They seem to have a definitive sixth sense. The other cat my roommate brought with her, like 2 weeks ago, was like in quite a bit of a funk over trying to get past the. And mind you, it has been 2 years since my ex and I divorced officially, but like a year and a half since I moved out. But I really hadn't had any time to mentally process that loss, and it kind of hit me all of a sudden. And the one night I was mixing up some like Tang or some others like water additive stuff that reminded me of something she used to use, and per some things the doctor was telling me, I put in some of this Benefiber stuff, and I stirred it all up and I smelled it, and I'm like, in an instant I'm back at the house we shared. And Micah's, I don't know if I've mentioned before in the past, but for those that haven't heard, we're still very good friends. We still talk a lot. We message each other, and I help her out with things. But I really miss not seeing her like on a daily basis. And things are very amicable, but it's not like I can just go over there at the end of a day and hang out and stuff like that. It's, we're divorced. She's living on her own, and I miss that. At any rate, so I was in this really bad funk, like seriously down. I went to bed crying that night, woke up the next morning and started crying, and it didn't end for quite a while. But that next day, the other cat was hanging out with me for quite a bit, and this cat was afraid of my voice before my roommate moved up here from Florida. So, yeah, she, I think they have that sixth sense. They kind of know, and she actually slept on the bed today with me on the bed, and that cat, like between my girlfriend and roommate and I, just like the cat has never done that before, and I just get the feeling she knows. It's really nice too. I've always had an appreciation for cats. They do seem to be, like I said, very, very strangely perceptive. The one cat that we had at my parents' house, I would go to the garage and I could generally bring anything I wanted back from the freezer, and the cat wouldn't be there to greet me. But if I brought back these cookies that we picked up from Pittsburgh, especially like chocolate chip cookies, the cat would know and would be sitting at the door to the garage when I opened it and would be like, meow. And I'm like, oh, jeez. And I'd have to break off a piece to give it to her, without the chocolate in it, of course. But she would be like right there, and it's like, how do you know this? I would go in there thinking, oh, I'm going to get a piece of pie, or I'm going to go get a bag of peas, thinking bag of peas, and I come back out with a cookie, and she's right there. She was quite a clever cat. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and throw it back to net control. I think I will say 33 and 73 to the group at this point. As I say, it's getting pretty close to the quarter after the hour, so, and I do need to give myself my injection. It's something I have to get really pumped up for. So, KC3VIU back to KJ7OMO, clear, 73 and 33 to the group.
KC3 VIU KJ7 OMO returning. Yeah, copy that. Cats are really clever creatures. And yeah, once they've spent enough time with you, they get to know you a lot more than you know yourself, and they know your patterns, they know everything. And, yeah, they're a lot smarter than you think, believe me. And they could be such, oh, how do I word this without making the FCC angry here? They could be such buttholes at times. And highly manipulative creatures. You see, with a cat, you don't own the cat. Oh no. There is no such thing as you owning a cat. It's the other way around. The cat owns you. And you do everything on its terms, not yours. That's just how a cat is. And, yeah, sorry to hear about the other troubles that are happening. Especially with the ugly divorce, but, you know, it is what it is. I mean, it's one of the sacrifices you make when you take your, when you start your journey, you know, your journey to womanhood, of course. So, yeah, it is what it is. I mean, everybody, even myself, had to, you know, I had to make some sacrifices to, you know, make this journey as well. So, it's not an easy one, but, well, I'd say it's totally worth it though. Being able to take the journey. 'Cause, yeah. And the crying part, well, yeah, the hormones will make you cry a lot. It happens with me at times. Alright, well, 3373 and all that, and we'll catch you next time. KK7NWU, KHA7OMO, we'll toss it over to you.
Speaking of more on cats, I have 3 cats in this house. Then again, there's also 3 humans that live in this house. So, are each of us owned by 1 cat? Or do the 3 cats just share a human all at the same time? KK7NWU, back to net control.
Oh my goodness. Oh, that's a good question. Well, you have 3 cats there, so yeah. It looks like you've got 3 owners. Oh boy. All right. Anybody else out there wishing to check in before we keep going? Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, standing by for additional check-ins to the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as the Pride Radio Group Net. Alright, who else is out there wishing to check in? I know there's someone else out there. I just know it. We'll be shaking the tree real hard, and we'll see who drops out of it. I know there's one more person out there. KJ7OMO standing by for additional check-ins. Oh, I tell you what, there's some shy people out there. You got third-party traffic from YouTube, Xanatex, who mentions something about the Standing Up for Standing Waves video, which apparently is quite entertaining and worth a few points on the amateur extra exam. Interesting, interesting. We'll have to check that video out later on. All right, KK7, NWU, KJ7, OMO, back to you.
I am actually going to hop off, so it is 7:03 to all. It is time for me to go to bed. I've been awake since 4:30 this morning. KK7, NWU, clear.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, get some sleep. Oh my goodness. Yeah, get some sleep. All right. We're going to take a final round of check-ins before we shut things down. Final round of check-ins. Last call. Is there anybody else out there wishing to check in before I shut this net down? Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, standing by. Alright, do we have any final comments from any previously checked-in stations? Okie dokie. That concludes our net for today. Thank you all for participating and bringing fun to the airwaves. I would like to express gratitude to the Waverley Amateur Radio Society in Sydney and the team behind the VK3RBO repeater for allowing us to hijack their systems to relay this net. Special thanks to VK3JED and VK2WAY for their contributions, as well as the entire Pride Radio group for making this net possible. I now release all frequencies, repeaters, and other systems back to their regular amateur use. Once again, thank you once again, and 7-3 to everybody from Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar. Seven 3 Xanatex, and 7-3 to all those who checked in via the live stream. We'll probe our WinLink one more time here to see if anything. Nope, no check-ins coming in through WinLink. We'll probe for email check-ins one more time. There doesn't appear to be any. Alright, folks, we're going to go ahead and end the live stream. Be sure to like, subscribe, ring that bell, and we'll see you on the next one. Who knows? Who knows? There is a possibility I might get on HF and stream it live later on. You never know. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream now. 7-3 to everybody from Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar.